The next part of the poem is: It is summer gone that I see, it is summer gone, the sweet flowers in drying and dying down, the grasses forgetting their blaze and consenting to brown. In these lines, the old woman says that it is summer gone. It is summer gone means now there is no warmth in her life. She compares her life with the outer atmosphere. She feels that there is no warmth in her life. The summer is gone for her. The sweet flower in drying. The sweet flowers are now becoming dry and dying down. They are dying down. There is all around the frustrating atmosphere. The grasses forgetting their blaze and consenting to brown. The grasses forgetting their blaze. The grasses are also changing. They are also changing their color or shine and consenting to brown. Consenting means agreeing. Uh, the grasses are also becoming brown. They are also fading. The sweet flowers and blazing grass refer to the changing of the mother's children. It is a real chill out. Real chill out means she feels and the depressing uh, atmosphere all around her. The fall crisp comes. Fall crisp comes means uh, the time is unpleasantly hard for her. I am aware there is winter to heed. I am aware means she knows that there is winter to heed. Heed means to pay attention. She says that she knows that now there will be winter and she will have to face the winter season also. There is no warm house. Warm house is symbolic of enthusiasm in life. She feels that there is no enthusiasm in her life that is fitted with my need, that is fitted or necessary according to her need. I am cold in this cold house, this house whose vast decors are tremulous down lost halls. I am cold in this cold house. She feels cold, she feels frustration, or she feels lonely, she feels without enthusiasm in her life, and the house is also cold for her. Cold house here means the depressing and dispiriting house whose echoes vast echoes here means the echoes are hushed. Now there is no noise of any other living being there. The echoes are hushed. Hushed means silent. The echoes or noise or the sounds of other ones are now silent, are tremulous down lost halls. Tremulous, lost means they are obscure, they are uncertain. Now they are not audible. They are lost. They are lost halls. Lost halls means those sounds are now lost. Those sounds are not audible there. I am a woman and dusty. She says that she is a woman and dusty. Dusty means she feels herself as useless or unimportant, standing among new affairs. Now she feels herself unimportant among new affairs. Nobody is to take care of her, nobody feels her need in their life. I am a woman who hurries through her prayers. She says that now she is behaving in such a way that hurries, she makes hurry through her prayers. She makes hurry because she is upset in her life. So she does every work quickly without thinking. Tin intimations of a quiet core to be my desert and my dear relief come. Tin intimations. Tin intimations means familiarity with the tin utensils. She feels familiarity with the utensils of a quiet core, that the utensils are the central part. Quiet core means they are near to her, they are central part to her life. Desert means deserted life or lonely life. She says that the utensils are central part in her deserted life and my dear relief come. She feels a kind of relief in the noise of the utensils. There shall be such islanding from grief and small communion with the master shore. She is depressed in her life, she is lonely, she is isolated, she is left behind by her near and dear ones, but she feels that there shall be such islanding from grief. She will be away from the grief of being alone and small communion. She will be able to establish a communion or a bond with the master shore. Master shore means God. She will uh, get rid of her grief by making a communion with God. Twang they, and I incline this ear to tin, consult a dual dilemma. Twang they means there is fairly loud ringing sound of the utensils, and she inclines her ear to the noise of the utensils. Consult a dual dilemma. She feels a kind of dual dilemma or double situation in her mind, whether to dry in humming pallor or to leap and die. Now she thinks if she should uh, become dry or she should feel more depressed in humming pallor. Humming means low continuous noise, pale and unhealthy life, or leap and die. Whether she should be depressed in the pale and unhealthy atmosphere or she should leap and die. Somebody muffed it. Somebody. She felt that someone was near to her and she was talking to someone, but somebody muffed it. It means she felt troubled, and somebody muffed it means quieter and more difficult to hear. Somebody wanted to joke. So she thought that there was someone who would listen to her, but she felt that that person wanted to joke. That person thought her life as a joke. In this way, the poem is about the traumatic condition of an old woman who is left alone by her family members. She vacillates between living her life either in depressed atmosphere or to make an affinity with God. But if we look at her character psychologically, we feel that she wants the company of her near and dear ones. She is associated with the voices of her children that she now feels are silent in the halls. She craves for the return back of the past days spent with her family. Overall, the poem is about the remembrance, longing, and self determination to lead her life by herself. To end this poem, the poetess sets up a scenario where the old woman and an unknown person converse together, but the tone of the poem becomes more serious and degrading as the old woman she was talking to the person, that person thought that it was a joke. The conclusion of the poem makes the reader think that how bad the world is all around us, and the effect of the bad world is that now she is not to submit to the effect, but she is to be herself. It means now she is to choose firmly how she wants to lead her life in her own way.